So welcome to a brand new webisode. I'm driving home. Looking forward to eating lunch. Not kidding you, I'm hungry at the moment. So you know the phrase, what is it, idle hands are the devil's plaything? You know, I think that's true in politics as well. I know we have things going on right now, but I mean, in terms of news cycles, things have slowed down quite a bit the past few days. Things are going on, but it's the same stories that we keep hearing over and over again. And even in terms of politics and the battles that are taking place right now, there is not a whole lot to perpetuate arguments, okay? I mean, the left can continue to decry the right and what the Phoenix legislature is doing here locally, but it ends up becoming stale. And I really believe this is what is perpetuating much of, and the lack of being in the middle of a campaign cycle, of an election cycle, what is perpetuating a lot of just this nonsense over civility. And it needs to be called out for what it is, because not enough people will. Because too many people will sit back and say, I really don't want to do it, because I don't want people to misunderstand, and blah, I don't want to feel like I'm insensitive, but blah, 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 blah. And you know what? If people misunderstand or people don't pay attention, that's not your fault. If they're not paying close enough attention to what you're saying in terms of an issue, that's not your fault. Give CD8, but for example, I'm at a light, by the way. Take the whole CD8 situation, for example, and the fact that the people of CD8 have no representation right now. Okay? They don't. And in all likelihood, Gabrielle Giffords is not going to be recovered enough to the point where she is going to be able to appropriately serve the constituents to the position that she was elected for. And to be quite honest with you, Gabby Giffords and those around her should let her constituents know of how the progress is going and whether or not they have an idea of how soon she might be able to return to work, or if they don't. In the meantime, somebody should be appealing to elected officials and people in Washington to put some criteria in case this happens again, because I don't think that it's right. I know it's the rules as we have them, but I don't think that it's right that if somebody is unable to serve in their position for a certain period of time to an elected position, that there should be a moment where you go, if you are unable or incapable of serving and will be for X amount of time, then that seat should be declared vacant. Right now, it can only be declared vacant by Gabrielle Giffords or Congress. You know, in the meantime, you have people that are taking advantage of January 8th to push lines of thinking and collect money. And I don't care if you were involved in the shooting. I don't care if you were friends of the victims. If you're invoking January 8th in calls for civility funds and better understanding, you're doing something wrong. Now, I have no idea with fundraisers to help victims, to help individuals who may still be hurting from this, whatever. Helping individuals and honoring the first responders because of January 8th is fine. But don't put it under this guise of civility and Trump and continuing to continue to perpetuate, said I was hungry, to perpetuate this mentality that we are the mecca of hatred and vitriol of what's happening on the airwaves or otherwise. That was first said by Dupnik. It's going to turn around and bite everybody in the butt. Because when the campaign season does start, they're going to use it. Oh, he's not being civilized. Oh, you're right. What happened to the calls of civility? What happened to after we all were after January 8th? I'm telling you, that's the whole setup. It is an absolute setup. Unfortunately, not enough people are calling it out because they're too afraid to be called insensitive. Okay, I wish everybody the best who were victims, and I certainly feel bad for the family members of the victims of January 8th, absolutely. But to allow people to use it for their advantage, it's wrong. And right now, you're seeing it happen more often in terms of people using it to their advantage. Like I said, because things are a little quiet right now, because we're not in the middle of a campaign, of an election and a campaign season. So they've got to find other ways to go and at least prepare to vilify their opponent. And that's exactly what they're doing. All right, there you go. Brand new webisode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, the big baseball event, Keno Sports Complex on Saturday. I hope to see everybody there to go, and that goes to help the Education and Enrichment Fund and also the Davis-Monthan Veterans. Starts at 11 o'clock, I believe. Game starts at 3, but gates open at 11 o'clock. So, in a wonderful one, the truth will be there. I'll be there. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day. Bye.